All right, let's set the mood. Picture this. A small, quiet town in Massachusetts, the kind of place where neighbors wave at each other and everyone knows who's having a barbecue on Sunday. It's 1986, and the Bowen family is just trying to live their best suburban life. Tina, a teenager navigating the awkwardness of high school, her younger sister, and their dad, Frank, are piecing life back together after losing their mom. Sounds wholesome, right? Hold that thought. Enter Daniel LaPlante, a kid who could star in a PSA about why we need better mental health services. Daniel's childhood was a mess: neglect, abuse, and pretty much every red flag you could imagine. By his teen years, Daniel had already developed a talent for two things: making people deeply uncomfortable and breaking into houses. Not to rob them, oh no. Daniel liked to sneak in, move things around, and sometimes just watch. Yep, he's basically the human equivalent of your cat, staring at you from the dark corner of the room. Now, Tina was grieving her mom when she met Daniel, and Daniel, being the opportunistic creep he was, saw this as his chance. He somehow charms his way into her life, or at least her phone number, and convinces her to meet up. But when they finally do, Tina realizes Daniel is less mysterious stranger and more, I don't think he showered this month. She bails, hoping that's the last she'll see of him. Spoiler alert, it's not. Daniel doesn't handle rejection well. Instead of, moving on like a normal person, he becomes obsessed. He starts watching Tina's house like it's the hottest new Netflix series. And then, because being a creep wasn't enough for him, he decides to take things to the next level. Daniel breaks into the Bowen home and, wait for it, moves in. Yeah, he crawls into a hidden space behind their walls and sets up shop like he's auditioning for a twisted version of HGTV. At first, the Bowens just notice little things. Food missing from the fridge, objects moved around, weird noises in the night. Tina and her sister think it might be their mom's ghost trying to communicate. Sweet, right? Wrong. Because while they're busy messing around with a Ouija board, Daniel is in the walls, probably thinking, these people are so dumb, I should charge rent. Then one day, things get a whole lot scarier. The Bowens come home to find messages scrawled on the walls in ketchup and mayonnaise. Stuff like, marry me and I'm watching you. At this point, Frank Bowen is like, all right, enough with the condiment art. He searches the house and finds Daniel in the living room. And let me tell you, Daniel isn't exactly blending in. He's wearing a ninja mask, his face painted like a discount Halloween costume, and he's holding a hatchet, because apparently subtlety isn't in his vocabulary. The Bowens run for their lives and call the police, who launch an intense manhunt. After hours of searching, they finally find Daniel curled up in a crawlspace, probably thinking, this went better in my head. He's arrested, and the Bowen family can finally sleep at night. Or so they think. Fast forward to 1987. Daniel is out on bail, because apparently hiding in someone's walls and terrorizing them isn't enough to keep you locked up for long. This time, he sets his sights on the Gustafson family. The Gustafsons were everything Daniel wasn't: kind, hardworking, and most importantly, completely unsuspecting. On a cold December day, Daniel breaks into their home with a stolen boomstick and commits crimes so horrifying they haunt the town to this day. After the murders, Daniel disappears, kicking off one of the biggest manhunts Massachusetts has ever seen. Helicopters, police dogs, the works. They finally find him hiding in, yep, you guessed it, another crawl space. This time, there's no escape. Daniel is sentenced to 3 life terms, and the world breathes a little easier knowing he's behind bars. So, what's the moral of the story? Maybe don't date creepy strangers. Maybe check your walls for uninvited guests. And if you hear weird noises in the night, it's probably time to move. Thanks for watching Talescape. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories that'll make you rethink everything you thought you knew about quiet neighbors.